Hi. Ooh, look at all these founders. Holy smokes. I think we have something around 750 founders registered today, which is a record for boot camp. So give yourselves a round of applause for making this happen on a Friday afternoon. Okay, we have quite the Friday afternoon for you. We are going to talk to you about your homes away from home. We're going to tell you about money, programs. We have snacks later for you. I know. We have a little party for you down at Project Olympus off of Craig Street to cap it all off with more snacks for you. There's so much to look forward to today. All right, so with no further ado, we're going to go ahead and kick it off. And folks are going to keep streaming in, and that's great. There are some seats still available spread throughout. Maybe if you have an open seat next to you, you'd be kind and raise your hand right now so the folks walking in can see. Look around you. Anyone who has their hand up has a seat by them. All right, here we go. I am so thrilled to welcome you to the Swartz Center for Entrepreneurship here within the Tepper Quad. The Swartz Center is all about the people who create the programs to help you build successful companies. These are those people. We are on your team. Our jobs are to help you build a company while you're at CMU, after you graduate from CMU, no matter what your role is here, if you're a student, staff member, faculty, or alum. So we have most of our team members here today. Could I trouble you all to come on up here? I see Craig, I see Matt, I see Melanie, I see Aleks. Come up here, please, and just introduce yourselves. Yeah, we're gonna clap them up. Clap them up. Okay, go down the line and just briefly introduce yourselves, if you would, in a sentence, what you do.
Hello, I am Matthew Katsaros. I'm the program administrator for Project Olympus, kind of the startup incubator arm of the Swartz Center for Entrepreneurship, and I run our customer discovery kickstart program for really early stage startup ideas. I manage the space that Meredith is talking about. We hope to see you over there at Project Olympus, and I do all of our database work too. Database.
Hi, I'm Melanie Simcoe. I'm a senior program manager with Project Olympus, and I manage the National Science Foundation I-Corps program and the Innovation Commercialization Fellowship, both of which you will learn more about today.
Hey all, I manage the space that you guys are in, and I also work with Matt that whenever we have startup applications, you actually hear from us a little bit later. But yeah, if you have a startup, we'd love to talk to you.
Hi, I'm Craig Markovitz, and I have to stretch this out because Meredith went to get the rest of our staff. But I'm on the faculty at Tepper. I teach entrepreneurship, primarily in the MBA program at the nighttime online hybrid program. So any of you that are enrolled in the online hybrid program will likely face me at some point. Good luck. I'm also the director of the Entrepreneur Residence program here at the Swartz Center. So one of the resources that we have, which is very unique to Swartz, is we have a bench of folks that have actually been entrepreneurs, have actually started companies, raised money, sold businesses, hired people, gone out on sales calls. And one of the important aspects that we bring to the Swartz Center is that practical experience. So you as entrepreneurs will have an opportunity to talk to folks either that are entrepreneurs in residence or mentors who actually have real life experience and can provide you with advice and insight based on what they've done to help you be successful and execute on your plan for world domination. So good luck. Do we have some other folks here? Go ahead, Jim. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jim Jen. I'm director of Corporate Startup Lab, which is one of the programs here at the Swartz Center. It's an initiative, joint initiative between Tepper School of Business and the Swartz Center. I also teach entrepreneurship at the business school. And my experience has been kind of both been leading product on the startup side and also investing and running accelerators. So really just welcome. There's so many great resources here at CMU, so really excited for you to learn more about them today. Thank you.
My name is Hallie. I'm also with the Corporate Startup Lab. I've been here about 5 years. I run our CSL Fellows as well as help with our project course. My background is in early stage VC and nonprofit, so I'm also here anytime. I'm thrilled you're all here. The Swartz Center is an amazing, amazing institution here on campus, so thanks for coming.
Okay, and then the rest of the team is still checking in the latecomers. Oh, Allison. Allison created this event for you all. She deserves a huge round of applause.
Hi, everyone. I'm Allison Hines. I'm a program manager with the Swartz Center. I'm in charge of our boot camp, our Connect seminar series, which starts next week, and then also our McGinnis Venture Competition. And happy you're here.
Super fun fact about Allison, she hates talking in public. All right, thank you all so much. The rest of our team is just outside this door. I hope you'll take a minute to introduce yourselves to them at some point this afternoon too. It takes so much effort to pull off all the programs that the Swartz Center accomplishes each year. Again, we are all in your court. We all want to help you build something incredible while you're at Carnegie Mellon or thereafter. Okay, my name is Meredith Grelli. I'm the executive director of Project Olympus. I am the interim executive director of the Swartz Center, and I'm also a faculty member here at the Tepper School. So for those of you who are graduate students, I might be lucky enough to get some of you in the classes that I teach. Right now I'm teaching one with Ed Stack, chairman of Dick's Sporting Goods. Really amazing class about scaling ventures after startup. So we've got the CEO of Under Armour, Nike, incredible lineup of speakers coming in all semester. Next up, I'll be teaching a class with Mar Hershenson, who's the founding general partner of Pear Venture Capital in Silicon Valley. She believes so much in the talent in this room, so much in the pipeline of Carnegie Mellon students that she's agreed to fly out on a regular basis to co-teach this class so that she gets first access to you. All right. Let's talk a little bit about entrepreneurship. We're going to give you a brief rundown of the history of entrepreneurship at CMU. So it turns out Carnegie Mellon, this is a posthumous joint venture between our country's greatest entrepreneur, Andrew Carnegie, and one of our earliest and most prolific venture capitalists, Andrew Mellon. So we've got entrepreneurship in our collective DNA here on campus. This business school, the Tepper School of Business, was the first in the country to establish an entrepreneurship program by Jack Thorne, followed by Don Jones making an incredible gift into Carnegie Mellon to further the entrepreneurship curriculum and activities here at the business school. In 2007, Lenora Bloom, who's an incredible computer scientist, established Project Olympus, and you're going to visit Project Olympus's physical headquarters later today, where you could have an office and grow your startup. She had a particular vision to help commercialize deep tech research, especially from PhD and faculty populations. And in 2017, Jim Swartz, who's the founder of Excel Venture Capital, which is one of our most important venture capital firms in the world, gave a $30 million gift to Carnegie Mellon, his alma mater, to establish the Swartz Center for Entrepreneurship. And the Swartz Center is the all-encompassing umbrella for entrepreneurship activities across Carnegie Mellon University. So no matter what school you are in, no matter what your role is at the university, our goal is to serve you. In 2017, Dave Mooney became the founding executive director of the Swartz Center and served as the director until just this past June. He is still here actively working with startups, so you'll see him if you take entrepreneurship classes here at Tepper or the AI Venture Studio class through School of Computer Science. You can still take a class with Dave and get mentorship from him. Okay, there are very few places better in the world to start a company than right here at Carnegie Mellon. We've got a lot of things going for us. We've got the #1 AI school and robotics program, or what we now call embodied AI, in the world right here. We've got a top flight entrepreneurship program. You marry those two together, you've got the most investable companies that we could really come up with. This guy at Stanford GSB, a researcher named Ilya Strubelev, he does an annual ranking of the efficacy of universities in producing startups, and he ranks us as number 4 in terms of producing unicorns per graduate student population. Here are some of our unicorns that you might be familiar with. I just got off the phone with Matt Rogers, who has Mill. He is so hyped up about continuing to grow more unicorns out of Carnegie Mellon. He dedicated in a variety of ways to help doing that. I think you'll find that our founders continue to give back and back to this ecosystem, love other founders from CMU, and want to continue helping them. We recently did a pretty exhaustive look at the scale of startups, CMU-affiliated startups. We found that our top about 75 exits that we could find values for amount to more than $500 billion in cumulative value. That's the same size as the annual GDP of Belgium. That's the power of what's the talent in this room. You can change our economy with your ideas and your grit if you're willing to take the dive. Our top 150 startups have raised more than $40 billion in capital. All of that activity has had a lot of impact on our local ecosystem. So whereas maybe 10 years ago, when you were starting a company out of Carnegie Mellon, you might have thought, I need to leave Pittsburgh to really get this off the ground. I think Luis Van Aan and Duolingo have proved that indeed you do not need to do that. You can build something pretty incredible right here. And we want to help you do that. We have some programs. We want you to go wherever makes most sense for your company. But if you have a passion for building in Pittsburgh after you graduate, if you're a student now, or if you're, an alum or a faculty member now, we have programs specifically designed to support founders who want to stay in Pittsburgh. I'm going to give you a couple examples of some of our recent founders who are still very engaged in our ecosystem. The first is Matt Patel. Matt is also one of our entrepreneurs in residence. So we showed you an image of our staff, of our Swartz staff. We also have a dozen or so entrepreneurs in residence, founders who have committed to helping our startups. So let's play a little video of Matt. He is just a few years ahead of all of you on his startup journey. I'm going to speed Matt up a little bit.
Hey, my name is Matt Patel. I'm the co-founder and CEO at Trainwell, and we're helping people everywhere be stronger and healthier through fitness. Trainwell is a remote personal training platform where you can sign up, tell us a bit about yourself, and then we'll pair you with the perfect personal trainer to help you reach your fitness goals. So whether you're looking to set a new PR in a marathon or just looking to get some more movement in throughout the day and kind of start from zero, we have trainers who have experience across all those different fields, and they can help you be more consistent, get a personalized workout plan, and be stronger, healthier, happier. I started Trainwell, it really goes back to high school for me, where I was the most stereotypical nerd you could imagine. Not surprising, given we're here at Carnegie Mellon. And I was almost never left my computer chair. And so I would just sit there, play piano, video games, coding, all the usual stuff, and almost never did any kind of physical activity. It wasn't until junior year of high school or so when my now co-founder, then just best friend, drugged me out of that computer chair, brought me into the gym, and showed me this whole world of strength training and fitness. And I fell in love with the actual activity and doing it, but more so I fell in love with this idea that I could improve my body and my health by putting this very conscious effort towards training and fitness. And so, fast forward to as I was finishing up my time at Carnegie Mellon studying engineering, this intersection of technology and fitness, my biggest passion, was an obvious place for me to jump in and say, I think we can do this a bit better. Over the last 6 years of building Trainwell, we have certainly accomplished a lot. We have now employed over 100 full-time personal trainers. We have helped many tens of thousands of clients. I think we're over 50,000 clients now achieve their fitness goals, stronger, healthier. And we've also, on the more business side, we've raised just shy of $17 million of funding across both institutional investors as well as angels, many of which which are alumni from Carnegie Mellon. On the more business side, we have raised just shy of $17 million from a combination of traditional VCs, as well as a lot of alumni and angel investors from Carnegie Mellon. And we've also grown our revenue base to serve now over $10 million a year of recurring revenue across all of our customers. Yeah, it's been quite the journey, to say the least.
Okay, I encourage you to talk to Matt. He's around here all the time. He works oftentimes out of these conference rooms. And again, he is an entrepreneur in residence with the Swartz Center. So if you fill out a startup application, he's one of the EIRs that you may be paired with, depending on your vertical and your area of expertise. He's also, it's not public yet, but he's on the brink of an incredible partnership that will further catapult his company. So he's an incredibly inspiring founder within our network. Okay. Next up, Caitlin Chow. Caitlin just graduated. She's developed a product, a thermos, where you can temperature control food. So she won McGinnis as our McGinnis Venture Competition, our pitch competition as a undergrad. And the following year, she decided to play up, pitch again, and compete with graduate students. And she took home a new award that year. She's taken advantage of most of the programs we have here on offer. And she's just graduated. She's on the West Coast, and she's continuing to move forward with this incredible piece of hardware that she's built. I know oftentimes if you're at CMU and you're a student here, you might think all we do is robotics or AI. This is a product company, a consumer company that's been built here over the past 4 years and is finding a lot of success. You're going to hear from another founder, Sankalp Arora, later today. He's our keynote this afternoon. I'm going to give you a little teaser, a little preview of Sankalp right now.
So CMU has been sort of the cornerstone where all the founders came from. In terms of Gather success, all of us were either part of PhD program or master's program here in the Robotics Institute. And we got to make world firsts. We made the world first fully autonomous helicopter, contributed in it. So I was an innovation fellow here at CMU, with part of the CMU I-Core program that went to the DoD I-Core program. And in fact, one of our founding partners, Rob Meyer, was an entrepreneur in residence at Swartz Center. So we basically found our education into entrepreneurship here at CMU, and to a large part actually at the Swartz Center. So I think one thing that CMU does really well is it gives you the opportunities to follow your heart. Obviously, as hard as the journey is being an academic, being a PhD at one of the premier schools in the world, entrepreneurship is similarly hard, if not harder. So people whose heart goes out to make a direct impact on the world, where you want to directly meet people whose life you're changing, your life you're making better, I think that entrepreneurship is for you, and then CMU provides you a lot of resources to do that. So if your heart calls out for making that transformational impact in someone's life, I think entrepreneurship is a great way to do that.
Sankalp said it so well. We want you to bet on yourselves. You are some of the most talented people on the planet right now. You are in an ecosystem that wants to help you build a company. You could take a job, you could give your talent to someone else, or you could chart your own path and bet on yourselves. We would love to work with you if you decide to build a company. I'm now going to hand it over to Aleks and Matt, who are going to start the litany of programs and offerings we have for you. It's going to be hard to remember everything today. But we are here, in particular, Aleks and Matt, to help get you connected to the resources after today as well, so you don't have to remember everything. All right, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Meredith. So I will keep this brief. Who has ever had an idea for a startup, maybe even worked at a startup company? Raise show of hands. A lot of experience in this room. That's fantastic. I would love to go around to each of you and get your 15-second pitch, but We don't have that kind of time. But what we can do is offer you an opportunity to work with us and really build on that and try and transform it into something that can be bigger, right? So how do you do that? You have an idea. You can go to the Swartz Center website. You can go to the Project Olympus website, and you can start your startup application. You do not have to have your idea fully fledged out in your mind. You do not have to have all the answers. If you have an idea that sparked last week with some of your friends, you can start there. If you have something that you've been working on for years with your friends, you can apply. We try to have programming to meet you where you are. A lot of our programming is self-paced. It gives you the opportunity to do your life, do your work, do your school, but also hopefully start your startup ideas on the other side, or on the side. So we have great opportunities for you to be involved. You can apply at any time. It is a rolling application, so if you've got it today, that's great. If you've got it in a year, that's great. And here's what's really cool. If you've got it in 10 years or 20 years, in fact, I saw Alan Frank here, who is a 1957 graduate.
Alan, stand up.
Who just applied to work with us. So, and Alan has access as a 1957 grad to all of the same resources that you will have access to. So we're here for whenever you need it. If you're not the person who's the idea person, we've got lots of ways to connect so you can take your skill set and your talents and find a startup that fits well for you. So to get started, you can go to the Swartz website, you can go to the Project Olympus website, start your application, and that comes into Aleks and myself, and we'll put you on the right track to get you started. We've got space you can work out of too, Aleks, right?
Yeah, so there's a ton of resources that you guys have by registering your startup with the Swartz Center. We have a document that contains 6 pages of resources that are available to you, both as current students as well as alums to take advantage of. But one of the big resources that you're already taking advantage of is the space that you are located in. We have dedicated space for you here at the Swartz Center where all of our programming and everything happening is going to take place, like boot camp will take place here. But you also have access to the Project Olympus space on Henry Street, which we'll check out a little bit later today. And again, there's access to first come, first serve tables, so you can just drop it in between classes and work on your idea with your fellow founders. There's dedicated tables if you find yourself working out of the space on 20-hour days, which some of our founders are kind of finding that balance. And then there's also access to dedicated offices. So there are 5 behind you and then 5 behind the screen as well. And then there's additional offices at the Project Olympus space as well. So there's a ton of space and opportunity for you here at the Swartz Center. Over 100 events, you're welcome to all of them. We hope you can join us and you can participate as a part of them. There's also 5 entrepreneurship clubs on campus across undergraduates, graduates, VCs, if you're interested in that as well. So there's lots of opportunities for you to find communities to be a part of, and this can be the hub where you can work with each other and connect with other founders who are building some incredible things here at CMU. So we hope that, I'm gonna go back to the startup application. This is the QR code. Please apply. As Matt said, it will come to us. We'll follow up with you. We'll meet with you. We'll find out what you care about, what matters to you, and what are the challenges you're facing. And then we'll do our best to support you through our 25 different programs that are all along the spectrum of entrepreneurship. So, yeah, thank you so much.
Cool. Okay. We actually did that with 3 minutes to spare. Is there one question in the audience for Aleks, for Matt, for myself? One question before we start setting up for our panel. Yes, tell us your name.
Hi, I'm Danny. I'm from MSAI from IMI. So my question is, with regards to the startup application, how much ideation is required or recommended before
You can apply at any stage. You can apply at any stage. You could be at the pre-idea stage. You can still be figuring things out. The clubs can help you at the early stages to kind of, as you're exploring things, but honestly, apply. Let us know what kind of areas you're looking at. What are you interested in building? And then we can work with you through various steps to get there. There's the Customer Discovery Kickstart program that can help you do that initial search to find the problem, and that way you can apply your solution in a meaningful way. So at any point, as long as you're interested in entrepreneurship in some form, traditional or otherwise, come talk to us.
And we also say high tech, low tech, no tech, any stage. So it doesn't have to fit a specific mold, and any school across campus is welcome. And the other thing is, to work with us, we ask for one CMU affiliated co-founder. So if you're a co-founder but you've got other co-founders at Northwestern, or maybe in a different country, no problem, as long as one of you is CMU, we'll work with the whole team.
Great point. In fact, Matt Spatella, one of his co-founder that he referenced, was at MIT. And I think they will both tell you that CMU gave them far more resources. Okay. I think we're ready then to transition to our first panel. Yeah? Okay, so give us a couple minutes. We're going to get our panelists up here. We're going to talk about money. Money! We're giving away money! Yeah. Oh, Leia, while we're setting up, Leia, come up here. You missed the team intros. Okay, this is Leia Lizarrando, another entrepreneur in residence at the Swartz Center. Leia, I'm going to let you talk. Just give them a couple lines about your background.
So I'm Leia. I'm a CMU alum. I founded a social enterprise tech startup that is, I would describe as the DoorDash for food surplus. I ran that for about a decade and stepped down. And now I am entrepreneur in residence here. I focus a lot on consumer goods and tech and consumer goods in general, but also any social enterprise idea. That is, any idea that can do anything good for the world is something that I love to help students with. And don't think that it has to be a grand charitable idea. You know, Duolingo, I would consider as a social enterprise. They're an education company. They democratize education and access to learning. So things like that that you feel can benefit, you know, someone or a population in the world that is has less privilege, but also giving access to energy to folks that don't have it. So it runs the gamut. So if you have questions on that or have consumer-based startups, feel free to reach out to me.
Thank you, Leia.
Yeah.
I want to walk you all through this funding stair step. And this is Aleks, who's moving chairs right now. He put this beautiful diagram together for you to help you understand your funding opportunities here at CMU. At idea stage, you don't need much. You need an idea. You need to be engaged with the Swartz Center or Project Olympus to be eligible. Thank you. So we have a lot of separate fund options here. So Spark grants beyond 2% and Gephardt, these are all grants. They're non-dilutive funding. They're small checks. We have 2 funding cycles across these per year, fall and spring. McGinnis Venture Competition, that's our university pitch competition. We give out about $60,000 in funding. This is in the form of a safe note. It's a founder-friendly safe. We also have gap funds available, and our innovation commercialization fellows can receive a $50,000 stipend. Those are generally for PhDs and postdocs and their faculty advisors. We have a new pool of funding, which is really exciting. We just got about $2 million from Meta to support early stage companies that need a little more runway. So we'll be talking more about that funding pool in the very near future. But know it's coming, and no one on the panel was talked about that only because it hasn't quite been launched yet. In pre-seed, once you're showing a little traction, so traction could be you have a customer who's signed something that says they're interested. You've got maybe a small check-in to you already. We have Venture Bridge, which is our pre-seed accelerator program. So this is a cohort program. You're in a pool with other founders, and we support you working in Pittsburgh, San Francisco, or New York primarily. You get access to wonderful investors and other Carnegie Mellon founders as mentors. The Tartan Entrepreneurs Fund, again, this is $100,000 for companies like Mary's that are committed to building in Pittsburgh. And then this is also the time where you're probably pooling some of our funds from the university with external accelerators. So Jim Jen, who introduced himself earlier, he was up here as part of the Swartz team. He works at the Swartz Center for now. He used to be a leader at Innovation Works. That's a local seed fund. But, you know, we have a lot of success with our students going to a number of external accelerators and faculty too. So I think we've placed 3 people recently at Parax. They give $1 million to $1.5 million at that stage. Berkeley Skydeck, we have several companies in Skydeck right now. Though they're tied to Berkeley, actually the vast majority of the companies they fund are not. Y Combinator, I'm sure you've heard of. Techstars, we have founders currently at all of these places. If you're interested in these places, we can connect you to them so you can get some live intelligence about what life is like as a founder in these accelerators. At the seed stage, this is where 99 Tartans, this is our alumni syndicate. They might put a check into you. Again, those are going to be around $100,000 checks. And then if you get a lead investor, an institutional investor, the university would love to also tag along on that and write you a check in your Series A. And so we can do that through our Catalyst Fund, which sits in our endowment office. So it's separate from the university endowment, but it sits within the office. And I will tell you, we work really closely with our chief investment officer, and he is incredibly supportive of our startups. If we send him someone who's interesting, he personally wants to get on a call with you to cheer you on and get a check into your company. And it's pretty cool to have Carnegie Mellon on your cap table. Okay, so that's sort of an overview of the funding landscape. And then I do want to give you an overview before we bring our next panel up. They're going to talk to you about programs. And I wanted to give you an example of how you might move through the Carnegie Mellon ecosystem. This is not exhaustive because there's lots of programs and resources, but this is an example. And I asked Allison how our registration was looking today in terms of demographic, and she said, we're overwhelmingly grad students today. So this is built primarily with a grad student in mind, but we can show you what this looks like for any population. Okay, so you're going to submit your Swartz startup application. This kicks you over to Matt and Aleks. It makes you eligible for all the resources at Swartz and Project Olympus. You definitely want to do this. You start attending Connect sessions Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays here in the Swartz Center at lunchtime. You can bring a lunch. You're guaranteed a good time every Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday at lunch. This is not only will you hear amazing speakers, founders, experts, etc., but this is how you may meet your co-founders, how you get networked into other opportunities in the ecosystem. You should take some entrepreneurship classes. They're amazing. We have 110 entrepreneurship classes across campus right now. So no matter what school you're in, you should be able to find an entrepreneurship class. We have a lot of them here at Tepper, and we would love to have more students across campus in the classes here at Tepper. If you're a graduate student, we'd recommend that you get your Swartz Fellows application in. Those are due October 5th, I think. And you can start participating in customer discovery programs through Project Olympus. We have an upcoming NSF I-Core program that Melanie mentioned that's coming right down the pipe in a couple of weeks. At that point, you'd be really well situated to get some money from us. And then you'll be really well situated to place competitively in the McGinnis Venture Prize competition. This is a multi-phase competition. You're going to hear about it later from others, so I won't dive in, but this is another way to get a check into your company and to really hone your pitch. And then once you've graduated, if you're a graduate student, you're eligible to apply to VentureBridge. If you're a faculty member, you're eligible now. You don't have to graduate anything. Okay, any quick questions on this before we bring up our next round of panelists? They are going to dive into our programs. Yeah. No, none of this is not a required pathway. There's no required pathways in entrepreneurship is the thing. right? There are not a lot of rules around this stuff. So you'll come at it any which way. None of these are not prerequisites, but this is a way that we see students finding success. Yeah.
I have a pep talk.
Oh, Alan's got a pep talk.
pep
Okay,
talk.
keep it snappy, Alan. We got to keep moving.
Snappy.
Snappy.
What do you
I
think
like your
I learned?
shirt. I like your shirt.
All right. 70 years ago, in that old gymnasium, the Carnegie Tech basketball team beat Pitt. In the same year, we beat West Virginia. And in the same year, we beat Penn State. And you know why? You know why? The gym was filled with people like you. All right? And they did this. They said, fight for the glory of Carnegie. Fight for the glory of the clan. Let your eyes be ever on the tartan bright. As we stand together, every man. Fight, 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 fight for the glory of Carnegie. Fight till you win the victory. The cuties are coming, the cuties are coming, the cuties are coming. So fight for the glory of Carnegie.
Okay. We need to put that into the agenda for next year, for sure. That was